This lecture will be about empowering the woman. And this presentation is based on extensive literature and 3 published articles published by myself. Now, the basic hormonal issue is that there is estrogen decline in women. There is bleeding and burning sensations during intercourse. There is low self-esteem, and because that leads to interpersonal conflict or neglect. In the pursuit of happiness, women attempt to resolve the psychodynamic roller coaster of aging by merely altering their vaginal physique. Laser and vaginal rejuvenation studies do claim female satisfaction. However, IREPAIR research reports success without achieving statistical significance. Some laser and IREPAIR studies do not use valid instruments to assess sexual satisfaction. Arlinson et al., for example, 2017. They report that 23 out of 25 subjects reported sexual satisfaction, but that's not really statistically significant. There's a further issue. 9 out of 25 subjects reported increased satisfaction regarding their orgasms. So that's 36%, that's below chance. And 16 out of 25 subjects reported no change, that's 64%. So how can you get a statistically significant result when 16 out of 25 subjects reported no change? There's laser studies, but there are again problems with statistical significance. So they report very high statistical significance. These studies have used the FSFI, which is a valid instrument. But however, this percentage it's only 92.9% of their subjects actually reported increased satisfaction. So I'm not understanding where they found this high percentage. Again, another study, there is a discrepancy where 85% only gained normal sexual life. And there's another problem, 26% of women who were not sexually active. How can you evaluate overall sexual satisfaction when these women are not sexually active? Other scientific research reports that focus on vaginal physique ignores age-related hormonal changes, depression and anxiety, quality of life, effects of the several hormones, about 200 known hormones, psychological dynamics, psychology is very important, the complexity of sexual desire that involves health status, central nervous system, neurotransmitters, cognition, attitudes, and so much more. And the other problem is there are side effects with laser and RF, vaginal rejuvenation. A number of federal agencies, including the FDA, have recently issued warnings against such cosmetic procedures. And the reason for that is that FDA has 46 patients that have reported pain, they have reported bladder disturbances, infections, scarring, dyspareunia. They had to get urgent care by urology, gynecology, neurology, gastroenterology. And so a lot of difficulties as a result, of course, a lot of happy patients, but some of them had very serious side effects. The most important thing that I could kind of see on these laser and RF studies is the validity and the methodological issues that they present. Primarily it's internal and external validity. And the main threat to internal validity is instrumentation. The FSFI and the FSDS, the revised version, they're short, they're straightforward, they're transparent, and they're prone to denial, poor self-awareness, or lying. Some women may be primarily concerned with satisfying their partners rather than themselves. And women may conceal the truth due to fear of disapproval, of abandonment, or because they blame themselves for their physical problems persisting despite the expensive intervention. So what we did a study. We administered the MMPI to 14 menopausal women who had vaginal rejuvenation with RF or with lasers, and they had very high scores on FSFI. And what we saw is basically what we looked at. We looked at the life scale, the depression scale, the hysteria scale. And what we saw is that there was a high correlation between the FSFI and the life scale. That revealed denial or just basically lying on the FSFI. Hysteria was also very high correlation with SFI and depression. So it appeared like on the outside, they appeared pleasant, and this that need for acceptance in the hysterical kind of character. And also, so they're vibrant, pleasant, but on the inside, there is inner depression. This was confirmed by another instrument, the differential emotion scales, the DS, that revealed that 98% of these women were organized around the emotions shame, sadness, and joy. So at the forefront, there was joy, and inside, or at the background, was shame and sadness. There are several questions to many answer, and the most important is, will changing a woman's physique, the vaginal physique, will guarantee her happiness? Will it improve the quality of living? Because quality of living depends on hormonal balance. And if you are hormonally balanced, and that's not about replenishing one hormone, it's about harmonious interaction of hormones working together. Cortisol rising towards the peak of the normal range can increase stress eating. T3 going down, that can cause, again, weight gain. So a preventive perspective focuses on the rate of differentiation, observing the degrees of minor imbalances within normalcy before they are exacerbated into a medical disorder. A drop of estrogen contributes to belly fat and obesity. And I put a cartoon there. Now, metabolism goes down. So you have a decreased basal metabolic rate. That's basically the rate you metabolize when you're sitting or sleeping. Now, what we found is that the BMR was significantly increased at 97.44%. There was a weight loss of 6.32 kilograms, not very much because you are increasing muscle, and muscle weighs more than fat with this particular technology against the London University technology. It's not a laser or a RF. It's effortless exercise. We gave 12 treatments, and we looked at visceral fat before and after and pre-D3, and we found a visceral fat reduction of minus 30.34% and pre-D3 at 30% increase. Now, fatty liver. This was a study with 7 subjects that underwent sonography reports. And there was fatty liver before the treatments, and after 12 treatments, there was no fatty liver. Recently, we conducted another study with 11 subjects, and again, the same results. No fatty liver after the 12 treatments. This is our results, and you can see all results were statistically significant. And basically, if you look at the scores of individual subjects, you could see an increase in each and every individual subject. So this is kind of real numbers. Overall fat loss, visceral fat loss, skeletal muscle increase, BMI decrease, fasting blood glucose, fasting postprandial glucose, insulin fasting and postprandial, upper abdomen reduction was 9.65 cm, umbilicus at 10.32, and lower abdomen 11.5, and of course there was a reduction in triglycerides and an increase in the high density lipoprotein, the HDL, the good cholesterol. Now, basically the problem again with rebounding results is leptin and ghrelin are imbalanced. They increase hunger, you consume more food, you gain more weight, you have more toxicity, toxicity increases hunger, and you are in this vicious circle that you cannot get out. Leptin is the anorexic hormone, ghrelin is the hunger hormone. Now, London University Technology, we found a significant decrease in ghrelin and an increase in leptin. So basically, they had a decrease in cravings for fatty foods and sweets after 12 sessions. And this is basically the studies that we did concerning that suppressed hunger. With lasers and RF, the technology appears to increase hunger because it shows a decrease in the hormone of leptin. And prolonged exercise also increases hunger because it decreases leptin by 32%. So again, exercise is necessary, but if you use this long universe technology, you can also jumpstart it, and also you can control the leptin and ghrelin and get rid of that hunger that increases weight loss and gets you results rebound. This is the actual results on ghrelin and leptin, and there was a 32.23 increase in leptin and a minus 14% in ghrelin. And we did several studies on this, and this is the results of the individual studies of the individual subjects before and after. You can see there was basically an increase in leptin in all of them and a decrease in leptin again in each. And this is another study, again, on the blood plasma of leptin and ghrelin, very similar results. This one showed us a 10.82% increase of leptin and minus 7.35 of ghrelin. Different people had different, basically, results. This is the statistical results on VLDL, triglycerides, free leptin, ghrelin, cortisol, testosterone, visceral deposit tissue, and skeletal muscle mass. There was statistical significance in all of them. Now, in the pursuit of happiness, in order to empower women, we must understand them. And female empowerment comes from self-confidence, inner balance that requires hormonal balance, control the weight and the hunger, increase metabolism, increase fitness, and also reinforce psychological aspects of self-assertion without the fear of judgment or abandonment. Conclusion is that women are in charge of keeping the family together, most often. Therefore, success in interpersonal relationships depend on female satisfaction, female improved quality of life. In assessing female satisfaction, so short self-report questionnaires like the FSFI may be insufficient. And therefore, you may think that your patients are very happy. However, the conclusions that you have drawn on female satisfaction may be, in fact, the false or invalid. And this is what our study basically tried to demonstrate. This, again, is our medical board. And with this, I would like to thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please email at ielios.com, science@ielios.com. Thank you very much.